Hi there. Here is a flash reading for your toes. So, in flash readings, I am taking the top 2 or 3 messages that your toes are sharing. So, toes are the first messengers. What the toes are speaking to us is information that is relevant long before it shows up in other places in the body. Everything that shows up in the body shows up in the toes first, and my job is to translate that language for you. Your right foot is your external world. Your left foot is your internal world. And so, as I'm looking at your toes, there's a couple of very strong messages that are coming through on your toes. So, the first message is what a leader you are. This space that you have here, down here, I call that the king's toe. You're a leader. And it's in the way that you show up. It's in the way that you're taking action. You're not one of those leaders that's like a look at me kind of leader. You're just a leader. People will follow you. There's a lot of power in that, and so just being aware of that power that you wield as the most powerful kind of leader, which is a leader that people will just follow. That doesn't have to you know what I'm talking about. There's leaders that have to keep fighting for people to see them as being a relevant leader. And then there's people like you who are just a leader. You are also highly, highly intuitive. So some questions to ask yourself is, how does intuition show up for you? Is it a knowing? Is it a gut feeling? Where does it show up in your body? And there are some different kinds of this kind of intuition, including can you smell it? Can you taste it? Can you hear it? Do you see things? How does it show up for you? You have a lot of intuitive and clairvoyant type gifts. Clairvoyance gets a lot of attention, but there's a lot of other clairs that are gifts. What are yours? Those would be some things to explore. The other thing that I'm seeing strongly is this second toe on this foot. This is your communication toe. Both of your second toes are your communication toes. So communication, expression, those are high value to you. They're the same length as this first toe. So the way that you communicate and the way that you express is very important to you, not just for you, but for people who are in your space. You desire deeply authenticity. In fact, if it's not authentic, you're just not really interested. So just honor that in yourself. There's a lot of people in this world who don't want to go deep. They don't want to show up authentically. They're on their own path. Those aren't your people. It's so just exploring who are those people and where can I show up most authentically. That's what this toe is telling me, is that there are some relationships. This fourth toe is your relationship toe. There are some relationships, some situations, and some stories that you have that make it difficult for you to show up as authentically as you desire. And this can look like conversations you feel like you need to have that you're not having, ways that you desire to show up that you're not showing up as, things that you desire to take action on that you're not. So what are those things? And what I would like to see with this toe is a toe that's more like this toe here, where it's straighter. The nail is more straightforward. Now, just 2 other messages. Your toes trend, not all of them. You've got these that are more upright, but they trend looking to the future, meaning they're pointing here to the future a little bit. So just being aware of, are you in the present or are you in the future? What do you do right now to stay in the present? What externally do you feel like you require in order to stay present? And how can you create space within yourself that you can just be present? The last message for this flash reading is here on the outside of your feet. You've got this protrusion here, especially on the right foot. This is what is called the sixth toe. It's not actually obviously a sixth toe, but it is a large protrusion. And this is a global perspective. You have a global perspective. You desire to experience on a global level what this life has to offer you. And in your leadership, you really want to make the world a better place. I feel some fear around some of that. I know that you are young. And so sometimes it can feel like, well, what can I do? I'm just going to live my life. And please do just live your life. And with this leadership destiny that you've got going on here, you're here to make a global impact. And that can look like something really big, like some of the people that have are worldwide names, or this can look like influencing your community and then the ripple effect out from that. So embracing that, being prepared for that, and letting that flow to you. That's the great thing. This is a destiny point in your toes. It's going to happen. Don't resist it. That's where we can mess up in this. And I don't really believe in messing up. Like, we can't actually mess up our life contracts. And if you allow it to flow, knowing that this is your destiny, that these are your gifts, it's going to be a lot easier, and you will be able to have that global impact. Thank you for the opportunity to do this flash reading, and I hope that sometime I can do a full reading for you. Thanks.